Ladies and gentlemen, I am sitting with the legendary classical, I'm not going to say old school, classical or classic artist Gerald Alston from the original lead from the Manhattans, and also he's a solo artist in his own right. And we've had we've dipped into several conversations over the past 10 minutes, and one of those conversations was how the classic artists are remembered or not remembered or honored depending on which part of the world you're in. So Gerald, if we can sort of continue with that conversation, and thank you so much for your time, by the way. Thank you.
My pleasure. As I was saying about the old school artist, in our country the music is so different. It changes, and as it changes, a lot of times the old school artists are forgotten or pushed down another step down, and instead of looking at the music today is not really new. It's what we did back in the 70s with a new twist, and they're standing on our shoulders.
Yes.
As opposed to, you go to Great Britain, you go to South America, you go to the Far East, you go to Africa, countries like that, they still look at our music as today, classic music today, and they still have the new sound, but our music still play a part in their lives, and they realize, and those fans realize, that our music, today's music, is built upon our music. And if you listen to a lot of music, there are parts of our songs in the new songs today, riffs, hooks, are still a part of the new songs today, and so it's really nothing new. But here, I think, and it's not malicious, I think it's just that we in America just change so much in the music industry until we don't keep our foundation where it should be.
And that's why, Gerald, I love what I'm doing, because for me it's capturing history, but also it's been like sitting at the feet of my elders, listening to your experiences, listening to where you've come from, and how you've got to where you are. It's not been easy. And Gerald, can you share some of the challenges that you've had in terms of your journey? And how long have you been in the business, by the way?
I've been in the business 48 years.
Wow.
And let me go back and correct something. There was a lead singer of the Manhattans before me. Yes. And I replaced him. He passed away, George Smith. And he was the original lead singer, but I became a member after he passed away. And a lot of people would be surprised that the people, they do not know that there was a lead singer before me. But I have to honor him because he opened the door for me. He put a stamp of approval on me. I remember the night we performed in Brooklyn. The first time we performed in New York, we were at the Brooklyn Albee Theater on Flatbush Avenue, and Fulton and Flatbush, I believe. And I was sitting, when the curtains opened, we were the first on stage the night, and when the curtains opened, the first person I saw sitting on the front row with his arms folded like this was George Smith, which was the original lead singer. And he sat there with his arms folded and shook his head like this. And
seal of approval.
Yeah. And so after the show, he came into the dressing room, and everybody was curious to know, wondering what he was going to say. And he just threw his arms around me and told me how happy he was to see that I was able to take his place, and that, I accomplished what I did because the audience loved it. And so after then, I was good. I was totally good.
You were ready.
Yeah. But I want my fans to know that there was somebody before me, George Smith. He was the original lead singer, and in the 60s. But the Manhattans got their notoriety and their success when I joined the group in 1970. Okay. With One Life to Live, I Can't Stand for You to Leave Me, A Million to One, and then I hit There's No Me Without You on Columbia Records. And the rest was uphill since then.
Okay, well, what we're going to do, we're going to continue with this conversation in just a moment.